In the early summer of 2016, in the bustling coastal city of Busan, South Korea, a young newlywed couple vanished without a trace. Their story remains a haunting mystery to this day. This is the unsolved case of Choi Sung-hee, a 33-year-old theater actress, and John Min-gyun, a 34-year-old restaurant owner. Married for just 6 months, they lived in a modern apartment in Gwangan district, known for its seaside views and vibrant culture. By all accounts, they were a happy couple, with no known conflicts or enemies. Their sudden disappearance would baffle not only the police, but the entire nation. On the night of May 27, 2016, around 10 p.m., Choi Sung-hee was seen returning home after grocery shopping. Elevator CCTV footage captured her calmly entering, hands full with shopping bags. A few hours later, around 3 a.m., John Min-gyun was also recorded entering the elevator after an evening out with colleagues. These images would become the couple's last known movements. But what happened next remains a chilling mystery. The following morning, neither Sung-hee nor Min-gyun reported to work. Calls and messages from family and friends went unanswered. At first, perhaps they were tired or away. But as hours turned into days, worry began to grow. Friends called, family texted. Dozens of attempts, yet no replies. Over 4 days, unease turned into alarm. Their absence was uncharacteristic and deeply troubling. On May 31st, unable to bear the silence, John Min-gyun's father went to their apartment. Inside, it was an unsettling scene. Their dog was alone and unfed. The groceries Sung-hee had purchased days earlier remained untouched on the kitchen counter. There were no signs of forced entry, no struggle. Their car was still parked in the garage. The police were called in. The apartment building had 22 CCTV cameras covering every entrance and exit. Investigators reviewed the footage frame by frame. Yet no sign of the couple leaving the building was found. It was as if they'd simply vanished into thin air. Then, an unexpected clue. On June 2nd, nearly a week after their disappearance, the couple's phones briefly activated. John Min-gyun's phone pinged in Gijang County, on the outskirts of Busan. But Choi Sung-hee's phone signal was detected in Cheonho-dong, Seoul, over 400 kilometers away. Shortly after, both phones went dark. There has been no activity since. Around this time, unusual messages began arriving to their acquaintances. From Sung-hee's phone came a text. To whom it may concern, I am currently unwell and unable to attend rehearsals. Cold. Unnatural. Not her usual tone. Staff at Min-gyun's restaurant received similar messages. He would be away for a while, they were told. One employee managed to speak briefly with him on the phone. He sounded weak, exhausted. The call ended abruptly. With no leads, police expanded the scope of their investigation. They began reconstructing the couple's lives, tracing their relationships and contacts. One name soon captured their attention. Miss Yoon, John Min-gyun's former girlfriend. A Korean national in her early 30s, Yoon had been living in Norway prior to the incident. Her relationship with Jeon had ended months earlier, but not without difficulties. According to Jeon's friends, their relationship had been marked by cycles of intense affection and equally intense conflict. Repeated arguments, prolonged silences, sudden reconciliations, a pattern that left Jeon emotionally drained. After their final breakup, Miss Yoon didn't let go. She continued to contact Jeon, sometimes pleading to meet, other times issuing veiled threats. "If you don't answer, I'll expose everything. You won't be able to hide." Such messages were preserved in police records. Friends later told investigators that John had grown visibly anxious. He confided to those close to him that he felt trapped, afraid that any response might escalate the situation. Then came a troubling detail. Records showed that Miss Yoon had returned to South Korea from Norway shortly before the couple disappeared. Phone records, transaction logs, and witness sightings confirmed her presence in Busan during the critical window of time. But most troubling was her abrupt departure, just days after the couple vanished. She told no one, not her friends, not even her own family. When later contacted by authorities, some of her relatives expressed shock. They hadn't even been aware that she had been back in South Korea. To investigators, this pattern of behavior raised serious questions. A volatile former partner, a documented history of obsessive communication, presence at the scene during the disappearance, and a sudden, unexplained flight abroad. Enough to make Miss Yoon a person of interest. In 2017, South Korean authorities formally requested Miss Yoon's extradition from Norway, where she had since returned. Though she is a Korean national, her extradition was subject to review under Norwegian law. Ultimately, Norwegian courts denied the request, citing insufficient direct evidence of criminal involvement. Without stronger proof of a specific crime, the court ruled that extradition could not proceed under Norwegian legal standards. To this day, she remains a person of interest. No formal charges have been filed. Nearly a decade has passed. Choi Sung-hee's parents still cling to hope. They keep her phone line active, unable to cut that last connection. Her life insurance remains untouched. For the grieving parents, each unanswered phone ring, each passing day, is a painful reminder of their daughter's absence. Closure is still out of reach. The disappearance of Choi Sung-hee and Jeon Min-gyun remains one of South Korea's most perplexing unsolved cases. No witnesses, no trace, no clear motive, only unanswered questions. And the hope, still alive, for truth. If you have any information regarding this case, please contact the Busan Metropolitan Police Agency in South Korea.